Mandy, a brawler who shoots candies. Today I'm going to give you a few tips and tricks or a little tutorial which is based on my personal opinion, my experience and how I would play with Mandy. So I'll not waste much of your time and we'll jump right into the video. Alright, so to start off with, Mandy is a long range brawler with a good movement speed. However, it's somewhat like Piper itself. So keeping that in mind, there are two ways to play with Mandy. First of all, the first method would be play defensive, be at the safe. So I'm giving you tips for heist mode especially because Mandy can be a clutch in heist most of the time. So I'll start off with this mode particularly. So first method, we'll be playing as a defensive brawler. Over here, we'll be defensive in the entire match and we will be using a super to damage the opponent's safe. The second method would be by going full on, rush into the base and then just charge your supers and attack. So to start off with the first method, over here as we get into a match of heist, we need to be safe and secure. We'll be standing near our safe. If there are any bushes, that would be a great plus point because we can hide in it. So we'll be waiting over there for the brawlers to come up front, and then since we get a range boost when we stand still with Mandy, we'll be using it to our advantage. Over here, the main part that we need to practice is aiming. So you need to aim your shots pretty well actually. At least you need to hit 3 shots out of 5 which you'll be firing, or at least 3 out of 6 that you're firing with a 50% hit rate. So that would be a plus point to you. So whenever a brawler comes up front, you need to aim a little bit further than him. You need to just roughly understand the movement of the opponent. So if he's moving towards the right, you will be aiming slightly right because it takes some time for the shots to hit him. So we'll be doing that, and if you are unable to hit any shots, take my advice, go rush in. You need to dodge their shots and just spam your attack button. Your auto aim will lock onto the target 70% of the time when you're rushing in, when you are close to a brawler. So that is one method. You'll be charging up your super, you'll be defending your safe, you'll be killing opponents, you'll get your super, go down, stand at your high safe. This is the most safest way to use the super so that you don't waste it by predicting anything. So the best method is go down to your safe, stand inside your safe and aim down your super straight up 90 degrees and let it go. If it hits some brawlers on the way, that's a plus point for you. If your teammates are really good, they'll be going up and rushing their safes, and this can prove to be useful to them as well because your super will hit the opponent's brawlers as well as the safe, and Mandy has got a great damage on his super. So that is first method. Second method would be we'll be going rushing in, like in this clip we'll be going and rushing into their base. We'll be hitting their brawlers, we'll be stopping them from reaching us, and we'll be charging our supers and hitting multiple supers back to back on their safe. Aim it down, aim your supers guys. Do not auto aim your supers. That is the most important part over here of using Mandy super. You do not have to rely on the auto aim. You need to aim down the super at their safe, and the rest is history. So over there you can use this method, rush in, hide, attack them, get your super, hit the safe. Alright, clear and short. Next is if you have enough coins, buy the Mandy hypercharge. If you want to play with Mandy, or if you're planning to main Mandy in let it be in rank or any kind of mode, you need the hypercharge guys. That is a really great plus point on Mandy. You need the hypercharge because it gives devastating damage because it just spreads into 3 directions, and with this method that I'm telling you, in both of the methods there is a chance of hitting multiple brawlers with her hyper that will ultimately charge your super. So you can hit at least 2 or 3 hypers if you are lucky enough. So like over here, we are able to hit the supers, and if you get the hypercharge and you're near the safe of the opponent, go all into their safe, stand clearly near the safe so that all 3 of your hypers hit the safe. That's gonna be a big upper hand in the game guys. So that is all I had to tell you about using the Mandy's attacks and supers, and the main two ways in my opinion to play with it, how to play with her. Next we head on to the gadget and star powers. Alright, so now we are in the game, and here is my Mandy with the mecha skin. It looks super cool. However, talking about the gadgets, star powers and the gear, I'd like to suggest you a few things that would be helpful for you as a beginner. So first of all, let's move on to the gadget. The gadget doesn't matter much. However, I'd prefer that you use this one, which is Cookie Crumbs. What this does is it will go through environment like indestructible environment, so you can hit enemies who are behind walls hiding over there. You can get them real quick. Next we move on to the gears. So generally for Mandy, gear such as recovery, 50% effective recovery, health gear, as well as your damage or reload of the gadget. This would be beneficial because when you are rushing towards the safe, you'll be able to heal up real quick, and if you are like under 50% health, this 15% boost will be helping out a lot over there. The next would be star power. So for star power, it's a tricky choice. However, as a beginner, the best thing that you can do or use is in my sights, this one, because it will be increasing your candy shot speed. So when you are focused, you are standing there defending your high safe, you will be able to hit shots more faster because the enemies cannot dodge you away like if you don't have the star power. That's simple as that. And hard candy is not much useful because you'll die anyways if you get in combat. So this would be better. Use this star power and you'll thank me later. Hypercharge is definitely optional. However, it would be a pretty nice upper edge if you have it, because you can shoot 3 of the candies. As I told you earlier, that you can use it to do devastating damages to the high safe as well as the brawlers. So that's pretty much it for the gadget gear and star power. And we'll meet you with another brawler in the next series episode. Till then, take care everyone and bye bye. Peace.